Hello everyone and welcome to the fifth and final day of the 2026 Optimist European Championship. We are on the Bay of Gdańsk and behind us are 292 sailors competing in this year's European Championship. My name is Zuzia and I'm joined with Wiktor and we are going to be bringing you the action from the water live today. So Wiktor, please tell me what's going on the water.
It's been not very easy since the beginning of the day. For now, we're trying to start the second race for the Gold Fleet. The race committee already hoisted the black flag, so there is no excuses, there is no place for mistakes. This is the very last race for the Golden Fleet. We hope that, for all the fleets, we hope that the breeze which just came, it's around probably 6 knots, maybe 6.5, maybe 7 in some paths. It will stay with us till the end of the race. But I would say it's pretty stressful for all the sailors. Yes,
yeah, exactly.
So they're getting ready for the race. It's 1:40 to the start, and look at them, Zuzia. They're just crowding close to the race committee.
Yes,
there is no one closer to the pin end.
Yes.
So
why is that, do you think?
So the race committee is absolutely on the favor side. So probably the strategy for this race, since we were monitoring there's a lot of yellow cards going on. So
Yeah,
I can imagine there's a lot of going on the starting line. They've been already trying to start a couple times, but the wind was dropping. The general recall was hoisted before, and there we go. It's 1 minute to go.
All right, and that's the Golden Fleet for the boys, so they're going to be the ones who will go first. So as you can see, that the starting line, I think it's pretty big, it's pretty long, it's a pretty long one. But yeah, like you said, most of the sailors are just jammed right on the committee boat. So let's see how this works out. Let's see, how they start. This is their second race, and this is, like I said, the final day of the 2026 Optimist European Championship. So today we are crowning our newest European champion. So the previous year's one has to give up the reign and has to, or maybe it's going to be the same person. Yeah, we'll see how that turns out. But we are just about to start the second race. So
8, 7, 6, 3, 2, 1, and the last start for Gold Fleet for the boys.
It's underway. Yes, they are off. We can see the first mark. They are going. Is it a long run to the first mark? What would you say, Wiktor?
It's actually not that long, since we're not pretty sure about the wind. Was dropping, to 4 knots, to 5 knots. Now we have probably the steady 6-7 knots, which feels great. So probably when it comes to weather forecast and also what's going on here on the water, it feels like a little bit conflict between the thermal wind and the sea breeze. The one cannot really blow. I mean, the wind from weather forecast cannot really go through because the thermal wind is blocking. We don't really know what's going on, but the thing is that what we've noticed is when there is a stronger breeze, there is a right shift. When there is less wind, there is a left shift. So let's see what strategy they'll take for this race.
Yeah, and tell me a little bit about the wind. So how do the sailors read the wind? How do they know where it's coming from and what the shifts are?
So yesterday it was a little bit easier to read the wind, and today the water is the sea, the Bay of Gdańsk is it's quite the same color, I would say. So yesterday we spoke about scanning the texture of the surface. So when you see the dark patch of the wind, then probably you should find yourself exactly in this spot, and this place means that probably there is a little bit more wind. The wind is coming from, obviously invisible wind is touching the surface, and it's like scratching it a little bit. And you should be at this place, but today I can tell you it's not easy, but also this race course, the first mark, the top mark, is very close to us. So it was all about the start. So if someone launched like a rocket on the starting line, he should be good. It's just be with the fleet. Don't go like too far left, too far right. But from this side, we can clearly see that most of them they heading to the right side of the race course, and it feels like it makes sense.
Yeah, that's definitely true. So, as a sailor, what would you say is the most important part of your strategy? Is it, if you can even generalize it, not in terms of, the conditions that are happening out on the water, what's the most important thing to do to get right during a race in order to finish high, on the finish line?
Okay, so all of us, we would love to know, all of us, I mean, we all sailors, we would love to know the secret behind this. But for today, clear start, just be fast, probably when it's not too much wind, you want to be fast, even if you're not going like a very, we can see a couple sailors on the left. I'm not sure if you can guys see on the screen, but there's a little group hoping for the left shift. So they spread quite a lot, but most of the fleet is on the right side. But yeah, just to answer your question, one thing is strategy for the race itself, but we have to think about the final race, the cherry on top for European Championship. We already know, and we see the results after the 8th race, today first race. The leading Nicholas, Greek sailor, he finished 3rd, which is very solid performance on his side. So with quite a big handicap, he's leading the fleet, and also his result, his worst result is just 11th, So for him, pretty honest, if he would be, I don't know, if he would got the UFD, which is individual recall, or he would get like the 2nd yellow card, and he would go home, then it's fine. He still wins the game. So for him, it's pretty much the race is done, but we cannot really say that. And so it's not over till it's over. We have to say that, right?
Exactly. That's sailing. You can just do super great throughout the entire regatta. I mean, consistency is definitely one of the most important things in sailing. But it's a game. We talked about that yesterday, didn't we? That sailing is really just like a game of chess, and it's all about the right moves and all about the right decisions made in split seconds, which is not always super easy, and especially for young sailors who are just learning as they go. Obviously, these are super talented young sailors from all over the world, not only Europe, but we have so many great competitors from countries like New Zealand, from Hong Kong, China, from Brazil, from all over South America, North America. So we have literally the entire world here with us today.
Every corner of the world.
This is just amazing. And in the Golden Fleet, 57 boys compete. So the boys are split into 3 fleets. It's the gold, it's the silver, and then the bronze fleet. And then for the girls, it's gold and silver. So the girls are going to go up next. But as of now, we have the boys racing on the race course. And I think they split up pretty, far apart. What would you say about that?
They really did. So most of them are, that's right. I'm just trying just to scan what's going on here, because it's not very clear. We're here almost on the top mark, but the one thing I feel about these sailors is that even if your start was super good, and you're trying to keep that fleet on the right side of the course, suddenly the left side of the course, which supposed to not to go, let's say. They will just sail twice as fast as you, and the 15 boats, or probably even more, it's probably like 20 more boats on this side, they can just go over you and be first on the mark. So it's not very easy today. This is a very game of chess. So probably, I'm not sure, guys, if we can see, maybe you can see on the screen, but is it the Greek guy 9009 in the middle of the fleet? That seems like a super reasonable
Reasonable, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah, but
good place to be.
That's why we love sailing, isn't it? That it's so, we could even say unpredictable, and it's just, you know, it's not that straightforward. You have to just use literally everything that you've got. So both you have to have great strategy, you have to be, you know, prepared physically, mentally. It's just such a complex sport and such a beautiful and just, you know, amazing discipline of sport that's why we love it so much. And obviously we're out here in beautiful Gdynia on the beautiful waters of the Bay of Gdańsk. We have Gdynia and in the background of you know, the races. So it's just, honestly, it's amazing. It's really pretty, and we've had such a diverse week of racing. We've had literally almost every conditions in the book. We had so many amazing races. We had tougher conditions, more stronger winds, than we had lighter winds. Tell me a little bit about that, Wiktor.
Absolutely, indeed. So if you become a European champion here in Gdynia, this is like a clear sign that you know how to sail the boat, because we were trying to compare between just sitting here on the rib and waiting for the wind. Obviously there was like some drops, and but we were just thinking that, I don't want to say for other venues like, let's say, Palma, Mallorca or whatever, but you pretty much, you can predict that the wind will be like quite stable, let's say waves pretty stable. But here the wind is all around. I just had a little chat with a Cyprus sailor, and he told me that the shifty conditions is actually interesting for him, very nice. Although he's not like very happy of his results, but he said that even though if your start was not too good, till the end of the race you can hope for a good shift, because it's changing so much. So even though you're leading the race, you're trying to keep that fleet on your leeward side, you're pretty sure that the second, third, fourth and fifth is like behind you, then the bunch of guys are coming from completely different side, don't know like where they're coming from, and everything can happen here. So what you just said about consistency, it's not about like, obviously it would be nice to be consistent and finish the first race on the first, second on the first, and being just first in every race. It's more about the average of all those races. It's already ninth race, and obviously Greek Nicholas, who is leading the fleet, he's just outstanding. Also, the Maria in the girls' fleet, she's just absolutely outstanding. She got UFD at the second day or the first day, but there's something going on with the.
Yeah, let's see what's happening on the course. But yes, we have some pretty clear. Well, I wouldn't say favorites, of course, because everybody here is a favorite, but we have some clear, you know, sailors who just find themselves in these very diverse, like I said, conditions a lot better.
So apparently the race was abundant.
Yeah, we see the November flag. Let's get a confirmation from the race committee, but we see that the November flag, so the November flag is being displayed, so the race has been abandoned. Unfortunately, the wind is not strong enough for these sailors to finish their first reach, so the race has been abandoned. Let's see what's going to happen now. And as the race is being abandoned, let's maybe sum up the last week. You know, day by day, we're talking about these very diverse conditions, but let's give the viewers actual examples of what's been happening in here. So we started off the championship with very light winds, and then on the second day, the conditions literally did a 180 and did a full full turn, and we had some super strong winds. We had a little bit of rain too. Now, as you can see, we have clear sky, we have beautiful sun. So Gdynia really showed, everything that she has in her pockets. And then the third day was also pretty windy. Do you remember what happened on the third day and the fourth?
So the second and the third day was very windy. It was even up to 22 knots, maybe in some gusts 24 knots. A big chop, which sailors could expect right before they arrived here. But for now, I want to just go back what's happening now. We're not pretty sure if there was a big wind shift or the wind drop, but we're slowly getting closer to the starting line just to make sure that everything's fine. And the one thing I can be sure is that we still have 20 minutes to go, so they will try as much as they can to start the race. It's not gonna be easy, and also, Zuza, we have to say.
Because this is the last day, so we have a time limit, so we cannot wait longer than until 3 p.m. So 3 p.m., 15 o'clock is the last, possible time for the warning signal to be displayed. So, yeah, tell me, why is that? Why is there a time limit on the last day of racing?
So the time limit for the last day is before we want to grant our new European champion in boys fleet and girls fleet. So the prize giving is scheduled for 6:30, I guess?
For 6:30 this evening. So we have to give the sailors a little bit of time to get back to the shore, to get changed and to kind of cool down from all the emotions from the water, because they have been here for some time now. So we have to give them the time to, get ready for the ceremony and for our new European champions to be crowned and to get prepared for receiving their title.
And that's it.
All right, let's see what the race committee has. They have put up a flag. What's going on?
So
Victor,
there's a AP above A, which is for girls, and that's it.
All right.
Let's just try to find Maria.
Yeah, exactly.
Maria and other girls, because that's it for them. Are we sure about that, or is it for the? We're not pretty sure about that, but let's just check what's going on. Let's just look all the
let's go. Yeah, let's go and let's go try to find our European champion.
Let's just enjoy the boats around us, and we will just double check with the race committee what they really wanted to tell us.
Yeah, we have, like I said, some beautiful. What's going on?
Yes, so
Victor,
this
do you
is
have new intel?
Yes, so this is very finished for the bronze group. For the bronze group, they won't manage to start before that time limit you've mentioned before. So bronze
yes.
fleet is heading back home, heading back to Marina and Gdynia, and for them it's finished. So today they did just only one race. And we'll try, a race committee will try as much as they can to run the gold fleet races.
Yeah, so let's see what's going to happen for the bronze fleet. Unfortunately, this is the end of their day. So thank you to all of our bronze fleet sailors. You did really great, and you were just so patient and so determined, and just, did everything that you could.
Viva la France! Oh,
we are in the middle of all of the action. We have 292 sailors from 49 countries all over around us. This is just one of the most impressive, I would say, events because there's just so many people, like I said, from all over the world. So we have just so many nations, and it's amazing to see these young sailors at the, well, not very beginning, but at the beginning of their careers, just being here in Gdynia, The last time that we hosted an Optimist European Championship was 21 years ago. And now we are back after 21 years, after more than 2 decades. These sailors are out on the waters of the Bay of Gdańsk, which is just honestly incredible. We've had so many amazing regattas here during LOTTO Gdynia Sailing Days, so the sailing festival that the European Championship is a part of. We've had 6 weeks. Can you believe it? We've had 6 weeks of just the most amazing competition and fun and sailing energy and just so many sailing emotions. And this is just the best way to finish the festival with this 2026 Optimist European Championship.
And also this event, the European Championship in Gdynia, what a spectacular finish for LOTTO Gdynia Sailing Days. We can see we can hear a lot of cheering from the French team. Although only one race was done today, they don't seem to be upset or sad, right?
Exactly.
They're super happy.
Everybody's smiling, you know, that's why we love it. Oh, everybody's waving at us and smiling. This is just the most amazing last day to the European Championship and to the entire LOTTO Gdynia Sailing Festival that we've hosted here. We've had just so many classes. So this is the youngest class that we're hosting here. We also had Olympic classes. We had, you know, retired Olympic classes like Star or Finn, and then we had the Olympic skiffs. We've had just so many different sailors in here, and like I said, this is just the best way to
Hey,
to
Zuzanna,
end it.
could you remind me what age was the oldest sailor who sailed that legendary Star class you mentioned?
Yeah, exactly. Sure, he was 91 years old. Right
91
after
years
the
old.
regatta that he took part in, he turned 91. So here we have these young sailors, so these teenagers that are, you know, young teenagers that are just beginning their careers, their championship level careers, or maybe they've been here for a couple of years already. And then we also had these veterans of sailing that, you know, just are absolute legends. And they just show, it just goes to show that sailing has absolutely no boundaries and that everybody can sail. No matter how old you are, how young you are, or where you're from, you can sail. And that's just, I think that's beautiful. And that's one of the best and most unique things about this sport.
I can see emotions in your eyes, Zuzanna, absolutely. They've been going through many different conditions during this regatta. We could see some smiles, we could see some little drops of stress, let's say this way. But this is it, and this is the very last day for European Championship. And let's see, the race committee is trying to. Oh, are they preparing AP above A?
Let's see what's happening right now. We're looking at the race committee.
This is for 2 silver fleets, right?
All right, so the silver fleets also just got an AP over A, so that means that no more racing will happen for them today, unfortunately. So they are joining the boys bronze group, bronze fleet, and they are going back to the shore, so they can, you know, enjoy the rest of the day out on the shore. And let's see what the race committee has in mind for the gold fleets. Because the gold fleet sailors are the ones who are still fighting for the championship title, for the medals, for the podium stand. So let's see what they have in store for them.
Yeah, and also big up for all the silver fleets. They fight against different conditions, big waves, low paths, and yeah, so many things happened here, you know. So it was not an easy event for them to take part in European Championship here on the Bay of Gdańsk. Such a strange conditions, you know, and also strange but very difficult. I know how it is, you know. I took part in this race 21 years ago. It was like pretty much the same, you know. So Gdynia, as you said, brings everything what it has in its package, right? So I would say like congratulations for all the fleets who were with us, and we're still waiting a couple more minutes since we have like 15 minutes. So let's see the gold fleet.
Let's see what will be the plan for them. And in the meantime, Wiktor, maybe you can tell me a little bit about the Optimist class.
So the Optimist class, as I remember, well, obviously I was not at the on the world that time, but it was like designed 1947. It has like a very long history. A lot of great sailors started with Optimist, and a lot of them, like these young sailors, they will become a great sailors. So we can clearly see, looking at the results, that that they know what they're doing, and the mindset they have, and the racing mode they are activating for regatta is absolutely next level. You know.
And what kind of equipment do they use in the Optimist class? So what are these sailors racing on?
So they race a little shoebox, I would say. These little boats are like shoeboxes. They long 2.3 meters, and they have a little sail, obviously. Obviously that they have like every other boat, you know. So they have boat and they have sail.
I can see that they have a lot of things inside the boat. Can you tell me what these are?
This is one of those like very difficult questions, I would say. Like I'm sorry, Zuza, but I'm just like trying to see what's happening on the race committee. I'm like fully focused on it.
Yeah,
like
let's shift our focus to the race committee, and let's see what they are planning. You know, what the next moves are gonna be. We have a few people standing there, just thinking about, you know, getting and doing what's best for these sailors, for this gold fleet. Both gold fleets that are still out, 61 girls and 57 boys, are still on the race course on the Bay of Gdańsk, waiting for a decision, you know, to be made for them. Is it the end of their racing, or are they going to go one more time?
Yeah, let's see. They still have a couple of minutes, so let's just enjoy the what we have on the screen, and let's just wait for the race committee. Just we'll try to connect with them, to communicate with them on VHF, and maybe we'll come back with some more information.
All right, welcome back. We are live from the Bay of Gdańsk. So these are the last moments. These are the deciding minutes, seconds of this year's European Championship, Optimist European Championship. So the sailors are, eagerly waiting on some decision from the race committee. We are right in front of them to see as soon as they put up either the orange flag, right, or the AP flag, what's going to happen so that we can bring the information to you just as soon as it goes up.
Yes, but it seems we have only 4 minutes. That it's we're just getting closer to finish this regatta, and girls most likely they'll go back home, and boys soon they will go as well. So the new European champions, they have like a minute to be absolutely excited about what just happened.
Yeah, they will probably be crowned, any second now, because as we said earlier, if you were with us here and if you weren't, then for new listeners, this is the last day of the European Championship, so there is a time limit. So the last moment for the warning signal to be displayed is 3 p.m. as we have the closing ceremony and we have, just basically the end of the regatta. We have this limitation, this time limitation. So yesterday we could wait for the wind a little longer, and that's what we did yesterday. We had to, wait a little bit for the breeze to come in. But today we cannot do that. Today we have a pretty strict, let's say, schedule that we have to follow. So let's see. How much time do we have until 3 p.m.?
We still have around 3 minutes, and anyways, we're glad that the race committee at least organized one race today, and we managed to finish. But
Yeah, all
Yeah.
right. Thank you so
Let's
much
just look.
to all of our sailors, to all of you watching, and to everybody here. Congratulations to all the winners and to every single one of you who sailed here with us during the 2026 Optimist European Championship.
Thank you.